think?
A lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember?
In fact, they were patients. They were
Patients of yours?
patients of mine.
Right.
In fact, most of the area were patients of mine. I had a big practice, and I think I delivered more babies than any obstetrician in Los Angeles at that time.
So, did you actually specialize then in OB/GYN? You ended up
being
doing
a
that?
woman, I mean, I had more patients that were women.
I see.
Yeah, that were pregnant.
And did you do home births, or did you have hospital privileges, or?
Oh yes, I was going to at that time Queen of Angels Hospital.
Oh, Queen of Angels, I see.
I think I was one of 2 or 3 women that were practicing there.
I see.
I think my father was here in 18 something. I have it somewhere. And my mother came later.
I see.
She was a picture bride.
Oh, she was.
And my mother was the one of 2, I think, but the only child left. I think her father was used to make kimonos. And my brother went for, I think, about a year or 6 months. He went to UCLA and quit. But my sisters didn't go.
But did they
Finished
live?
high school though.
Did they eventually come back and live after the war here in
yes,
Silver Lake?
The whole family were here. I was the only one that was in Chicago.
Did your father work in the neighborhood?
No, he went in with a group of men and had a hog ranch in Long Beach.
Oh.
So that's all.
So he would travel from here to Long Beach?
He would commute. But my mother had a grocery store.
She did?
In South Los Angeles.
How did they feel, or how did you all feel really coming back after the war? And
well, we had a home to come home to, so
you felt grateful for that. Are you actually bilingual?
Well, yeah, I had to be. Of course, I had to learn from patients, so I made a lot of mistakes, but they didn't criticize me, so I learned as I went along.
Learned their language, or you mean learned English?
Yeah,
or
Japanese.
Or Japanese.
I learned that, but I made a lot of mistakes, but no one ever
corrected
criticized me.
And she wanted you all,
we spoke English anyway because we didn't know any Japanese.
I see.
So all of us spoke English.
How did your parents feel about you being a doctor? I mean, were they very proud?
Well, they never said anything.
They never said anything.
They always said to do what you like, you know.
I'm Don Joe.
You were Don Jarvis. How long have you lived in Silver Lake?
Well, let's see, since 1924. Yeah.
So now, how old were you when you moved here then?
11 years. Well, my father was born in England.
And your father, what brought him to America at the age of 19?
Well, his folks came here. They were proselytized by the Mormon Church. And my father finished an apprenticeship in 1904 and went to Liverpool and worked for a year and then decided to come here. They all went straight to Utah. My grandmother was pretty ardent Mormon, yes.
And you were raised as a Mormon too, right?
No, I never took. My father bought a piece of property and put up a shop and a little place where he sold paints, wallpapers, and glass for windows.
Where was the shop?
Down here on North Hoover. There used to be a stream that came down there. You know where Virgil is?
Sure.
The stream entered about Virgil and Sunset and came down through this studio property. And we used to go over and gather the film that was thrown out in boxes. There were round tin boxes full of film. and we'd punch a hole in the box and light it, and it made a smoke bomb, and we'd throw it out at the intersection of Hollywood and Sunset Boulevard to confuse motorists.
But I never knew there was actually a stream in that area. I mean, a real stream in that
stream.
area.
The horses came down and drank out of it.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
And did you go to high school here too? You went to high school in the...
No, I was chosen out of junior high as one of the people that they should send down to Polytechnic for architectural school because I could draw. And I made enough money so that in 1929 I had cash in my pocket and bought a brand new 1929 Ford.
Wow.
For cash.
And what did that cost in 1929?
I think it was $671. I knew how to drive because my father had taught me a little bit. And I had just turned 16. So when I pulled out this roll of cash and I said, I'd like that tan one over there, the guy almost fainted. Oh, I couldn't keep it very long. I kept it until the next spring, and I couldn't get any work. And I finally got so I couldn't buy gasoline either. It was $1 a gallon. You could fill the tank for very few dollars, but I didn't have a few dollars. I was close to my father, an only son, and we worked together later on. We worked together during the Depression as house painters. And because I was a house painter and because I was good at it, I got a job teaching it. And boy, that job paid real good money at the time. It was amazing. In fact, it paid so much money that I bought this house from my wife's parents. I paid the mortgage and bought the house with that teaching job. In 1929, when I bought my car, I went to a party and met a girl, and I fell in love with her. And it took her a couple of years to really understand how serious I was. But I hung in there until finally we went steady together. Her folks built this house in 1924. Her mother used the rent to pay the mortgage. And when the financial situation got so lousy, she couldn't do that. And just about that time, I got this job teaching, which paid very well, and I had enough money to pick up the mortgage on the house and pay for the house. And I guess if you ask me what the most wonderful thing in my life was, it would be my 4 kids.
Oh, sweet. What was your wife's name?
Lucille.
You wanted to escape, you wanted to be free from all the pain. You want and hope and wish and want, but it will stay the same. It's not a game you play. See, nothing's ever gonna change. Nothing is ever gonna change unless you do something differently. You wanted to escape, you wanted to be free. You want and wish and hope for change. And for change, but don't do anything differently until insane. Nothing's ever gonna change. Nothing is ever gonna change unless you do something differently. You wanted to escape, you wanted to believe, you wanted to keep going on the same way. And everything's the same each day. Insanity is your game. It's not a game, not a game. You wanted to escape, you wanted to be free from all the pain. You want and hope and wish and want, but it will stay the same. It's not a game you play. See, nothing's ever gonna change. Nothing